All right, so thinking about the larger sized foods now. Okay, remember the same principle applies as before. The bigger it is, the more detail you're gonna have to start adding. I would say this is pretty large, but notice that I didn't add in those little rice grains just yet, right? Um, I'm saving those for for the times when I have to get a little bit bigger. Okay, so at this point, I'm starting to add in really large size sushi. Okay, the benefit of a large size sushi is it takes up a lot of space and you don't have to draw as much. Okay, but the downside to this is you it's the same thing. You now have less space to draw on your paper. Okay, so having large size food is good if you're getting a little tired and you want to start filling up the space a bit. However, if you have just a bunch of large size food, it's not gonna look like you have a whole bunch of food like crammed together on one paper. Okay, it's gonna look like you have a few regular size food, right, and some miniature food, right. So if my drawing here was a majority large size food, those large size foods no longer look large; they just look regular size, right. So you actually don't want to add that many large pieces of food here. Okay, you really just want to uh, put like a few of them here or there. Notice the ratio that I'm working on three large size pieces. However, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, at least 14 small sized pieces. Okay, that's going to create that effect that I was talking about, right? Of having a whole bunch of food crammed into one piece of paper. Okay, um, and in like outside of this project, yeah, like if you want to have a bunch of big food, go for it, right? But for this project, the goal is to make it look like there's a lot of food, to make it look like it's just like a big, huge mess of food, right? And so notice here, right? I'm adding in at this point. I've started to add in a few more details. Like I have the ridges. Wait for my big old hand to move. But I have the ridges of the rice right here, right? I actually even want to bring to your attention. This is a different kind of sushi that I didn't even practice earlier, right? That's because I know how to do it. So if you don't feel confident in trying something new, you don't have to. However, remember that you're also not locked in to anything that you've established on your practice page. Okay, even this new one even if this current piece of sushi that I'm drawing is a just a large size shrimp sushi, right? It's this sushi but large. Okay, I added in the details. Remember, if it's bigger, you need to add in the details. But yeah, I really encourage you guys really focus. Don't really focus on filling the page with large size pieces like I'm doing now. I'm just setting some larger size pieces right now. That way I have an idea of what the entire thing is going to look like. But at a certain point, you're going to see that I actually start drawing in a lot more smaller ones. So I'm going to skip ahead and I'm going to show you. Okay, so I wanted to have variation in my large pieces, which is why I added this piece here. Okay, but now look, I'm adding a bunch of small ones, right? Everything at this point is pretty much going to be a smaller sized piece compared to this. This is huge. This is huge. And notice I only have like five or like five really, really big pieces. Everything else is now small. Okay. I'm trying to get that cramped, really stuffed food look. Okay. Let me skip ahead. It's pretty much most of the same thing, right? I'm just repeating what I previously did in the post-it note thing, just all over the place. Okay. Um, Again, you want to fill up 85% of the paper. This time, instead of 85% of the post-it note, though, it's 85% of the entire sketchbook paper. Okay. Once you do that, you can say you're done. If you want to fill up 100%, feel free, but 85% at the minimum, just to show you what mine looks like towards the end there. Let me go ahead and there we go. Okay. About 85% of the paper is filled. Most of it is small sushi. Big sushi has detail. Okay.